Hi, Tea Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, or welcome to, because this is a new group. We're checking out Purple Kiss Zombie. Now, this is a new group for me. I'm going to be so honest, I don't have any context for this. Sometimes when I check out a group that is new to me, I at least have some peripheral knowledge before going into it. I got nothing for this one, honestly. So that just makes me even more excited because it means I have no idea what I'm about to walk into, and that's always a fun time. Plus new music, new group, the possibilities. Everybody buckle up because my little spiel at the beginning of these videos is getting longer and longer. Anyone new here? Yes, I check out lyric videos first. Yes, I understand that they're not always the most accurate in terms of who's singing what or what the translations are. I also get that it's not the best sound quality, but if you're looking for good sound quality, you shouldn't be streaming music anyway. Certainly not watching reaction videos, quite frankly. And I like to check out the lyric videos because it helps me process things better, okay? I get overwhelmed and overstimulated easily, and K-pop there's so much going on that I need to separate it out so that I don't get overwhelmed. It's the same reason why I pause and talk, okay? My brain is wired a little bit differently, so I gotta pause and talk about things. I gotta compartmentalize. If that bothers you, same. But I gotta live here. You can leave. So leave now, forever hold your peace, and if you complain about it in my comment section, I am going to publicly shame you. Now, let's check out Purple Kiss. Now, I will also preface this with, I, again, know nothing, so I'm sorry if I miss something. I don't know who the members are. I don't know what they sound like. I don't know any lore. Whether or not that's like specifically storyline things within the music video, or just like the background of this group and how it came to be. All right? So definitely let me know down in the comments. I always love to learn, point me in the direction of where I could learn some more stuff. I always like checking out new groups and new sounds and everything. So, Zombie. Ooh. Oh, you have my attention. Okay, first off, great attention grab right out the gate with that like zombie right at the beginning. So good. Love that we got a nice groove that's happening. Also love that the two voices early on in the song, and again, I'm not gonna know names and voices, I'm so sorry. I'm willing to learn though. Contrast of this much like darker tone and then having a little bit of a brighter sound between the two of them. I think that's so nice to show right at the gate of this song, the dynamics that are going on in this group vocally, right? Like the different kind of like tones and textures that they have. Love the groove. Whoa, wait, the ad-libs are cool. So we got like different like crowds or like screens in it. I think that's so fun to lean in to the zombie thing as well. Even like we talked about like taste and like running, right? You're leading into some of the like zombie lore of it. It seems like we're dealing with a bit of a like a love song, like falling for someone. I think that's a fun kind of angle on the image of a zombie in terms of either someone maybe being like a little bit mindless and them being like drawn to someone, right? The like hunger that motivates zombies, right? But in this context, it's the like infatuation, like single-mindedness of a certain person, or it's even I want to convert you to that, right? I want you to be like in the same vein, like to turn you into this like zombie, right? I think that like concept with this like romantic lean is actually really fun. Also love a rapper. Interesting slowdown. Wait, interesting slowdown. That was such a cute little vocal going in to the chorus though. Ooh, pretty flip up. Fun. Ooh, fun little like post thing on the vocal. Whoa, okay. Several things. First off, love the like brass that's coming through. Again, the nice groove to this. There's a little bit of that almost like retro kind of like funk lean to it. That's super fun. And then love these like flip ups that we're getting in the melodies, this fun little like skip pattern to it, and then having this stuttering with the zombie, super fun as well, and having the post kind of glitching on it in terms of how the like post on the vocals is really fun. But I also love this idea of like tag, right? Like I was saying, like the infection, right? Or this chasing after someone or converting someone. I think that's so fun as well. Like again, like the image of that, they'll chase after you like a zombie. Again, like a single-minded, it's all encompassing, right? It's like the only thing that is motivating you. I think having that image with this like exaggeration for having feelings for somebody or kind of like this infatuation or whatever, I think is a really fun spin on like a love song like that, but then also like the images of a zombie. And I also love that it has this really like upbeat, fun sound to it, because that contrasts, I think, so much with the image of a zombie, right? Like the image of this like undead creature. I'm really excited to see how we do what we do with this visually. I love a good groove. Really fun like ad-libs in the back too, and like fun little synth sounds. Wait, it just processed with me that was like the extra large, but it's what you like order like food or whatever. Again, like zombie. I see you. Like my embrace is sexualized. It's fun. A little lip trill. Having that scream in there is so wild. I love that little, it's so cute. In contrast, again, I love the contrast of this like fun, upbeat or cute little moments in the vocals in contrast to some of this like darker imagery. Even this, I was thinking with the slowdown, we have a lot of like vocal drag to their voices, vocal fry coming through. I'm like, that feels more in that zombie kind of vibe. Again, that drag to it, that like slowing down, that little bit of grit to the way that they're singing, I think fits into like more of the zombie image. And then we have this really cute little lead in to the chorus, and I think the contrast to that is super fun. And again, all of these little things in the back, though, we had the rolled R, but then like some lip trills that were happening, the like scream sample, right? Putting all of that into the background is just like super fun, and it's leading like a little bit into camp, but in a great way, especially with something like Zombie. I think of B movies, movies that are like horror movies, but they're so campy that they like loop around to comedic, right? I think that it like leans into some of that, the way that like horror and camp go like hand in hand, where you can have like really serious, delivered, scary, terrifying versions of like horror films and stories and everything, but that's definitely not what this is trying to be. So I feel like adding in some of those fun elements is like leaning in to some of that like campier element of it, and I think that's really fun. I went back to the screen intentionally. Like fire. Whoa, before you take me into a bridge. I also love the use of repetition for a bunch of this. Like, it's not just the like zombie part, but they're also using repetition in the Korean, which I think is also really fun. We have, I don't know if I'll be able to find it now. I'm like specifically going through, but there were like a couple of different points where I'm like, oh, we're getting like these different repetitions of specific sounds which just like lends really well to this repetition of like zombie, right? And the little like flip ups into certain things. But there was like definitely like some K sounds that we were like repeating. And like here, right? Like we have a lot of like repetition in the actual Korean with these ah and ya sounds, right? Even the ha sounds, right? Like those are all mixing together into this like repetition. And then this kiri. And again, I am not a Korean speaker, so I apologize if any of this is not pronounced correctly or if I am off the mark. I am trying my best. All right. But all of those repetitions in those sounds that are like actually like the Korean phrases, the repetition of the zombie, right? So I love that they're not just having that part, which is like the hook, right? Being where we're having this repetition, this stuttering that's happening. It's also leading in to those lyrics. We're incorporating the way that they're putting those sounds in the actual like Korean lyrics leading into it. I think that's really well done. I love all the strings. Ooh. Love having those over top of each other. I beg your absolute pardon. Did you give me a vocal slide? For anyone new here, a vocal slide is the quickest way to my heart. Did you give me a vocal slide? Already on this like fun beat? This is gonna be a new obsession I've unlocked, isn't it? Look, starting a new group is always a gamble of how am I gonna rein myself in from going off the deep end. But if you would like to leave me any kinds of suggestions down in the comments below of where else I could go to see other things that may be Purple Kiss related, I can't tell you how to live your life. Do what you have to. Like me listening to that vocal slide again. Beautiful. A little cry at the end. I love the layered voices coming in more. I love the ad-libs are the like layered vocals. I mean, that was so much fun. Wait, okay. No, I, again, went into this. I didn't know what to expect sonically or vocally or anything from them. And I loved that. The retro vibe, the little bit of funk coming through, those fun strings. I love all of the different things going on in the background of this. I'm not going to be able to pick out all of it. But the like ad libs, anywhere from like super like fun and cute to just like a little bit like cheeky in some of it, right? I love the mixture of those two things. And I think that it just adds so much fun to the overall song. Like I was saying, the concept I think is super fun, like this nice like different lean to this idea of a zombie song or whatever, and also a different lean to something like a love song. It's like to the point of like obsession, right? Like the single-mindedness, and it's I feel that way about you. I'm feeling like the only thing I can think about, the only thing I can focus on is you, the way that a zombie can only focus on like the hunger that drives them. I'm gonna play tag, I'm gonna catch up, and I'm going to convert you into feeling that way about me. Such a fun lean to it. And again, leaning into some of that like campiness that I think goes with horror stories so well, especially something like a zombie. Like I feel like zombie stories in general just have a little bit of like camp to them in a lot of ways. And I think that it's just overall the concept, having so much fun with all of the things going on sonically with it. So excited to see what this looks like in the music video, because I think there are so many different things that you could do visually that would be so much fun. Like even these pictures, if these are related to the actual video, the colors going on, love it. This already looks fun. Like the thumbnail looks fun. We're leaning in to the vibrant colors. Love the like neon, again with the like more retro synth sound, but also a little bit post-apocalyptic. Let's do it. Ooh. Already love that we got the choreo leading into it. The smashed phone. Wait. First off, I love that we start with the rigid like hand forms. That's super fun because it's leaning in again to the zombie thing. Vibrant colors. I love how it's like dark outside when we're seeing like the other zombies, and then inside where we're like eating brains. It's like really vibrant. The smashed phone too is so like leading into that post-apocalyptic thing. Wait, I love the sass in the way that like they're having fun, right? There's some sass in their movements and the way that they're acting, but it's also like fun, like again, like over the top, leading into some of that. Do we lose an eye because we're zombies? I just processing. Are we covering up the zombiness with makeup? You seem very chill. Ooh, that bounce on that move. Nice. Cute. Ooh, I like the rigid movements and then it smooths out. Fun. Well, no, don't put it in a toilet. Oh my goodness. Hold on. What a scene to switch and then it's just like smiling. Anyway, I was thinking with the choreo and stuff where we have these rigid movements and then it softens out. I think that's really fun of having the contrast of those, but also like these like locked movements with like their shoulders where it's like a bit of a like wider movement, right? So you're like bent at the elbows, but you're like locking the movement at your shoulders, which is very much in that kind of like clunky zombie. It just noticed we had like the kiss of death. Purple kiss, cute. So I love that the choreo is like leaning into the zombie concept, right? Because having something like that where again it is like a little bit campy, it can be hard to sell sometimes when it comes to dance moves and everything. I think you have to commit to the bit, and I love that they're committing to the bit, right? They're just like, sure, let's go for it. Did we lose one? Is that what the skeleton was? I like the warning zombie zone. Whoa. Sorry, they hit that like beat really. That pop is really aggressive. Good framing there. I'm sorry. This is a whole like infomercial about Fresh Heart and again leading into the bit. Is this, hold on, is this like a debut date for them maybe, or something else related? I'm assuming it's a reference specifically to them. The buy one get one free is crazy to just put here. I love the vibrant colors too. It's a fun reveal in the choreo. Wait. Again with that cute like little vocal going into the chorus. Ooh. Again, smooth versus those like locked movements. That's fun. Wait, the like zombie, like that move with the hands, that's super fun with the like repeat. The doll's creepy though. Did we do a thumb in the back because of the lyric? You seem pretty chill about this. Wait, like the contrast of them with these people who are dressed up as like full zombie outfit is a bit wild. Like again, the contrast of them to like the post-apocalyptic. Also, vocal slide. Dang, the hair flip was serious business for them. See, that's cute. The little like leg up is very like girly, flirty, but like in the context of everything, that fun. Love the framing of the face too. See, that's so good, especially like the layers of it. Like they're crouching down for that like locked movement, and then like they straighten up, but it's still with that locked kind of movement in their arms. So good. Like leading into the concept. I love how there's just the darker imagery just mixed in. Oh, I love the makeup. Love the like zombie. Oh, run. Yeah. You know what? Fair. Fair. I thought that was so much fun. Like the commitment to the bit, right? Of the apocalypse, right? They're all showing up with gifts that only a zombie could understand, that shows love and admiration, right? Again, like the love story. And I think that, didn't we have the picture maybe of this like guy at the end? Was that who was on like the phone lock screen at the beginning? It seems like it was. Having someone that you're like going after, again, like I was saying in the lyrics of you being like the zombie that's like going after someone. And I think even in this context of if you're a zombie and not a human, how do you relate to a human to figure out what they even want? So it's like not just the kind of mindless infatuation side of it, like the fun kind of concept of having feelings for someone, but it's also like feeling like you're a different like species to them, right? Like it's feeling like there's this disconnect of like, how do I even figure out what you want or what you're looking for, right? So I think that's really fun. And again, just leaning into the campy concept, but also having these like darker images mixed in to it, I think fits into that pocket of the instrumentation where it's mostly fun, it's mostly bright, it's mostly this super like fun synthy pop kind of sound. And then there's all these little moments where the dark kind of edge to it is in the background of all these different parts of the instrumentation and these ad-libs. And so I think that having these moments in the music video where there is that kind of like undercurrent of some of those like darker images mixed in with kind of the fun, bright colored side of it, right, is maintaining that balance that we have in the actual production. Makes sense that when they all show up, yeah, valid that you would just be like, they found me. If you were in the middle of an actual zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't answer the door, to be fair. But if I did and there were a bunch of zombies out there, I would probably just pass out too. I'm not fit for that kind of situation. Was she the one who lost her eye at some point? Now we have a jar of eyes? Like, that's just fun. I say, understanding that out of context, that would have questionable connotations. But you know what? Super fun. I love commitment to the bit in terms of the visuals, the sound, the choreography. I think it was super fun. I think it was a great way to introduce me to this group because I love a kind of groovy, more retro sounding pop song. I love bright colors and neon lights. That's a great way to make my fish brain happy. And I love just commitment to a bit, whatever the bit is. I want you to like fully just be like, yes, that's what we're doing. And having a concept of something like zombie, which is already like a fun kind of angle on a love song. It's like, let's not just do a love song. Let's lean into a little bit of that like darker concept or like campy darker concept, right? And then just commit to it in terms of what the instrumentation is going to be, having some of those like scarier elements in the production and the ad libs. And like I was saying, even having parts in the vocals where there's a bit of a drag, like grittier sound to their vocals is leaning into that. Let's have a whole music video that's like leaning into that. Even just having the like extras in this are like fully like zombie makeup, and that has like a creepy kind of image to it in contrast to these like young women who are like in these fun outfits, these bright colors, right? Or making all these cute little faces, cutesy moments within the music video. Direct contrast between those two things, I think is so fun and leaning into the concept. And like the choreo, like I was saying, I love that they just leaned into the fact that this was going to have zombie movements to it, right? Like those rigid hand movements, those like locked positions in terms of having it locked at like the shoulders and the elbows, and having those really hard stops in certain parts of it as well, and using different layers. They had some good reveal moments in the choreo as well. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to see all of it in the music video, but what I saw, super fun and leaning into all of those things. It's just like the sets and props and everything was also like just leaning into that. I think that it's great. And again, even just having the like brains that they had before, they're like these bright colors, and then we had some of the darker imagery later with the like strips of like meat or whatever, right? Again, the contrast of those two things, of the kind of like bright of this like the love song part of this, and then like the darker side of it, which is like the like horror zombie part of it. I think that's super fun for all of this. So thank you to my patrons who recommended stuff for me to check out for spook season, and this was one of them. I think that it was super fun, and it makes me excited to see what else there might be out there for Purple Kiss. Let me know down in the comments, because I'm not saying I'll be able to get to everything right away, but I am interested. So if you want to put down in the comments some other things for me to be checking out, I can't stop you. So I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me, and I will see you at the next video. Bye.